Well, we have more author interviews coming for you. Really been a packed day. I feel like we have talked to just a ton of people, but a great amount of talent.
We have more.
We have more.
We have even more coming.
Joining us right now is author Jessica Freely, and also her editor-in-chief and publisher, Venessa Giunta. And I want to welcome you both and thank you for being with us
Thank you.
today.
It's wonderful to be here.
Why don't we talk a little bit about your current projects that you have?
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I have a self-published series that I'm currently doing, which is a spin-off actually of a book that I did with Venessa in the fall called His Own Devices. It's a gay science fiction romance. And this is a spin-off series of short stories that I'm self-publishing. I made the first one free on Amazon. It's called Unlawful. And it's reached number 5 on Amazon's free gay romance list.
Yay.
And Jessica, what are you working on right now? Or I'm sorry, Venessa. I look down and then I get completely thrown off. I'm sorry.
Your names are opposite on the sheet.
Yes.
I am an editor for Lucid, which is where Jessica and I work together, and I have a project that I've just begun. It is an ebook magazine. It's for short fiction. It's called Fiction Veil, and the first episode comes out in November. We are open for submissions only until June 30th, and then we'll be getting everything together. So that's my big project. I'm editor-in-chief of Fiction Veil. It's going to be put out in ebook format, which I think is a really cool way to sort of use the technology that has impacted publishing so strongly. Most of the short fiction markets have died because print magazines have gone out of business, and now there are a lot of anthologies, but there are very few ongoing short story markets for writers to submit to. So that's a void that we'd like to fill.
So what are some other pieces that you have done in the past? Before we started, you said you've worked together on 9 different pieces? Or?
Yes, we've done 9 books together. They run the gamut of science fiction, paranormal, and contemporary. They're all gay romance. Let's see. You really liked Dharma Cafe,
That was my
right?
favorite.
That was the one, yeah.
That's
a story about a waiter and a busboy at a magical restaurant where there are no menus, but the waiter's a psychic, and he reads what the customer needs, and the cook seasons the food with ingredients like love and hope and courage, depending on what they need to have, and that's something that we really enjoyed working on. That's called Dharma Cafe. Is that book? Yeah.
Coming out next, what are your next pieces?
I have a book coming out with Harmony Ink Press that's a young adult gay romance, and that's entitled All the Colors of Love.
So where do you pull some of your inspiration from, or what are some influences that you have that may bleed through to your writing?
Well, I love manga, comic books. So that's been an influence in some of my books, especially Dharma Cafe actually started as a manga script originally. Other authors, I'm inspired by the work of other authors all the time. There's an author by the name of Jin Hale who, I just follow her around and I get everything that she writes. And in fact, in some ways, she wrote a story. It was a science fiction gay romance about a man stranded on a planet, and he had some robots, and that was sort of the seed for His Own Devices, which is the book that Venessa and I did in the fall. And her name is Jin Hale. I mentioned that, didn't I?
And you have the magazine that's coming up. Anything else that you have coming down the pipeline?
I actually am. I'm also a writer, so I'm working on the last edits for a middle grade book that I am hoping to get out there, and it's about a set of twins who discover that they are the guardians of Pandora's box, and it is contemporary, so it's interesting and fun. It's cool.
What are some influences that you pull from?
I read a lot of, interestingly, I don't actually write horror, but through my 20s and my teens, I read a lot of horror. Stephen King, Dean Koontz, all of those people. So I read a lot of those. I really enjoy mystery too. I really like Jan Burke's Irene series, which is just phenomenal. And so I try to read kind of across the gamut, you know. I don't read, there are things that I like a lot, things like urban fantasy, contemporary fantasy, but I have a lot of influences, I think. So.
Well, if people are looking to get in touch with you or to find out what you're working on, what are the best methods? Website, Twitter?
Yeah, they can come to my website. It's jessicafreely.com. It's Freely. And I'm also Jessica Freely on Twitter and on Facebook. So.
And probably the best way to get in touch with me is through the Fiction Vale website. It is Fiction Vale, it's VALE.com, and we have a contact page there. And we have a Fiction Vale Twitter account, and then I'm also on Twitter as Troy Lee, TROILE. So those are probably the best ways to get in touch with me.
Well, I want to thank you both for being with us here today and taking a few minutes out to tell us what you're working on and what's coming up in the future. Please stay with us. We'll be back in just a few moments.